any working mom will tell you, it is difficult to find time to stay in shape, but for this mother of two, it's no different than anyone else. And now the Golden Globe winning actress is sharing her secrets to staying in shape inside and out in her new book, Pretty Happy.
Pretty happy?
You're mildly happy right now after that Bachelor spoiler.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty happy. Yeah, I'm really excited about this because I feel like it's the first time I really get to talk about this with women, and it's something that I'm super passionate about, being the sort of the holistic self, and it's important, as we see with Oprah and Deepak talking about it as well. It's sort of not dissimilar what I'm talking about.
It's on point for sure, and I love that this book came about from basically from people like me asking you, what's your secret?
All the time. And you know, it's not a secret. There's no secret. It takes a lot of work, and I think that's the thing that for me, it's more about how do you motivate women to want that to be a part of their lifestyle, the actual work part, because it is a discipline.
Yep.
But it also has to come from each, different aspects of your life.
It's not just one thing.
No, it's mental and it's physical.
Meditation is a big part of it, as you just mentioned. And you say it's made you a more patient parent, which I think we could all use a little of.
Well, it helps. I'm definitely not always patient, but it does help. It helps in a lot of ways. I think meditation is an incredible tool that now there's just too much research around it to not have it be a part of, I think, most people's, especially our kids' lives. But yeah, I think the sanity of trying to stay as grounded as possible, sort of what it does to your body and your brain is it starts to just alleviate the stress hormones. That's a huge part of so much issue, whether it be illness, whether it be holding on to weight. And I think that's where meditation is really sort of helpful in terms of scientifically.
I love something that you wrote. You basically said, when you're kind to yourself, it's how you treat other people. How you treat yourself is how you treat other people.
I think so. It's a domino effect, isn't it? I think women are hard on themselves too. I think we're sort of predisposed to be hard on ourselves, and I'd like to see that start to be alleviated.
Me too. Me too. Well, there's nothing to be hard on yourself about the cover of Self magazine. You look simply fantastic. I want to show everyone, and you admit that you don't work out every day, and you don't beat yourself up when you take a break. But it's hard to believe you take a break when you look like that. No,
I really make it a part. I think I travel a lot. I work a lot. So you can't. I mean, it's hard to do it every day, but it makes me happy. Being active it makes me feel better.
Those endorphins, right?
It just makes me feel good. And I grew up dancing, and I was very athletic, and so, but I have that tool that has been instilled in me from when I was young that I think a lot of women don't necessarily have, but it's never too late to start that process of enjoying what it feels like to feel strong. And for me, that's really what it is. It's about feeling strong.
And you write about some advice, a lot of advice that your mom, Goldie, gave you in this book.
Well, she is my teacher, isn't she? And I was really, really blessed to have such she's a bunch of things. She's obviously, she's an amazing actress, but more than that, she's a really inspiring woman. And she's also she's a dancer. She started off as a dancer, so activity, health. She was on the cutting edge of green juice before.
Yeah, and she inspired a lot of the food that we're going to show you how you eat, but also
I don't know if she inspired this what we're about to talk about.
Well, she inspired your healthy eating habits. Also, she's about to become Amy Schumer's mom. How's that going to feel?
I can't wait. I'm so excited. She hasn't worked in 14 years.
But because she hasn't found the right role.
Well, that, and she's been dedicating her life to her foundation, which is for kids and a Mind Up curriculum. Should we talk about this?
Yes, the 6 foods, right?
So this is the 6 T's. This is an Ayurvedic sort of approach. Really what this is it's making sure you get in all the food groups.
Okay.
And this is sort of the Ayurvedic way of describing what that is. So you got the bitter, the salty, the sweet, the sour, the astringent, and the pungent.
Okay.
Which is basically, your greens. The bitter, you want a lot of the bitter.
Okay, a lot of the bitter.
A lot of the bitter, yeah. And then you just want to add, you want to make sure we don't necessarily
I'm sorry,
want
I went for the salty.
Popcorn.
No, I went for that one.
But
okay.
Why not?
Okay. Because it's here.
This is
the sweet, you get it in your fruits.
You also got it in meat.
Okay.
And nuts and oils. And then the astringent is drying. This is actually really important, like green tea.
And this is what a lot of people probably leave out in their lives.
Yeah, we don't eat enough beans and that kind of protein.
Right. And then the sour with the citrus.
This is my favorite.
I
have
love pink grapefruit
every morning.
So great.
And then pungent, really good. Spices are really good, depending on like what you're trying to balance out. But I do a lot of, I talk about the Ayurvedic diet a lot.
And you have a lot of questionnaires. You get to fill out a bunch of stuff. I feel like I'm looking at my teen magazine where I get to see what kind of personality type I am.
I don't want people to get bored.
It's not a boring book.
I want them to stay engaged, you know?
It's engaging. It's a very engaging. Pretty Happy is available in stores and online today. Thank you so much, Kate.
Thank you.